All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon. We'll get started in a few minutes, as usual. Not too sure why everyone's asking about the CISS stock. I don't know what's going on with it, but no reason to enter it unless there's a break above. SPRC, this is a former runner. Breakout on this, obviously, here. Yeah. This one's got a breakout here, you can see. Your next resistance level is here. 7.34, which is right here. And then your next level is the next high, which is this. So that's your range. Doesn't mean these are targets. These are just your next resistance levels. That's all. So these are your next levels for SPRC, and here's the next one, 1090. All right, I'm gonna put this on Twitter so you guys can save this. If this breaks this level, this is your next resistance. If it breaks this, that's your next resistance. SPRC key levels. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. VSME. Hello, hello. VSME. So nothing on VSME. It's still in a downtrend. You can clearly see that on the 10-minute chart. So we are still bearish on this. I guess this is your little demand zone here at the moment. Demand zone is right here. All right, there you are. So right now you can see it is bearish because it is in a downtrend at the moment. So this is what you have at the moment. There's no clear trend. This is kind of just trying to set up for a bullish falling wedge, but it's not clear at the moment. It's not bullish at all. NXU, this is probably the best setup and the safest setup, I would say, because it's respecting this. I know it's a huge demand zone, but this is on the 5-minute. This is all I really have for it at the moment. It needs to hold this level. It's going to come down to 159. NVVE, this is just in the demand zone here. So this is the last 5-minute candle here, which is the push to the upside. So I've put this here. Still bearish as well. So this one, there's no reason to be entering it. I know it's low risk if you enter here, but if you also look at the volume of the candles, right? These are not what you want. You want strong bullish candles, and there's obviously a lot of selling at the moment. So I would avoid it, even though it's in the demand zone. Pre-market is not looking great at the moment. Earlier it was okay, but I'm going to be waiting for open to decide if I will enter any trades, or we'll see what happens. But from pre-market, I can identify that the market is not great. Yesterday was probably the best day we've had in pretty much, I would say, in a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so. But we'll have to just see how the market does open. But usually when the pre-market isn't that great, then you identify that the rest of the day won't be as strong. So one thing you can notice is if you see a strong play at open, usually what will happen is most traders will jump into that one and trade that. That doesn't mean just jump in at open. It just means that this will probably be the strongest setup throughout the day if that is the only play. I have some lotto shares on this RDHL just because it's consolidating in this level. If it does break 115, it has a lot of room to the upside. So all the way to 132. So for me, I'm in at 109. I'm just going to see if it can break this 115 and then hopefully push to the upside. If not, my stop loss is just under $1. Yeah, I know. I actually traded fund this morning and I made money, but yeah, fund sucks. I don't expect any of you guys to trade it if you want, unless you want to lose money, to be honest with you. So be careful with it. Even if it will probably run today, but In my opinion, I would avoid it. Every single person is probably trading that thing, right? Whether they're going long, short. Okay, so you just have to be very, very careful with that trade setup. I won't be alerting it in the Discord. So members, you guys will be fine. We will not lose on that trade because we will not be trading it. ENSC is respecting this demand zone that I have here. Last red candle before the push to the upside, which is this range here. So we are kind of just all over the place. It's not that clear of a chart. You can see, if you notice from these kind of charts, from maybe the last week or the week before, that they're not as clean because it's just because of lack of volume in pre-market, that's all. So that just shows you that the market isn't great. But here's EVAX, respected this demand zone that I had perfectly. I'm not in this trade, I didn't get in, but I think someone in the Discord is in it, which looks good. Whoa. They were crazy wicks. Yeah, these wicks are insane. JFBR. JFBR is not moving. So guys, one thing I would mention as well is if there's lack of volume in the market, okay, with pre-market runners, there's nothing really running, maybe one play, okay, and then you're trying to look at other plays with no volume at all, it's going to be even more difficult to trade these kind of plays. So I'm assuming these kind of setups, you're not day trading. I'm assuming you're looking for a swing trade or long term, I don't know, but if you're looking at it on this range, I'm pretty sure you can see and identify, right? For you guys to learn yourself as well, I know you guys prefer when I obviously chart for you guys, which I don't mind, but to learn for you guys, go onto a larger time frame. I would say go to the daily and the 4 hour. These are kind of the time frames you can use, and just look at the trend. So I can say from this trend here, what's happening? We're trading in a range, right? It's not in a bullish trend. It's not in an uptrend. It's not in a downtrend. It's just consolidating. There's no clear direction. What this means is that there shouldn't be nothing for you to enter the trade, okay? If anything, if you want to force a trade, okay, then maybe trying to enter the bottom here is fine because you expect it to push back up, right? But at the moment, looking at this trend, there's no trend, right? You need it to break above this. If it breaks above a resistance level, which is here, then you can expect continuation to the upside. If it's just going to keep doing this, then you're just going to be guessing and guessing every time you're in this box, right? So it's very simple. On any single chart you want, I can go to any chart randomly. I'll go to VINC, okay? Let's look here and see quickly what's going on, okay? We can identify that, look, there's a lack of volume, right? Although we have broken out. So where are we looking to push to next? Where's our next resistance? This level here, okay? So from here to here is your next resistance level. That's it. So you can see here there was a trend line break, which is now identifying that it's bullish and hopefully pushes to this level here, 138. So using a larger time frame just helps you identify what's really going on. That's all. GETR, this is probably the strongest setup at the moment, to be honest with you. So I was mentioning this to someone in one of the members in the Discord, right, with this. So basically, this was what I was waiting for. I was waiting for it to come back down, right, to this demand zone. The fact that it didn't come back to this demand zone is okay. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to enter the trade, right? I only usually look for this kind of entry if it comes down here, if it does start to pull back. However, if I start to see it forming a falling wedge before that, I'm willing to give it a try because, right, falling wedge works out majority of the time, okay? And I identified that although this was on the 5-minute chart, okay, I noticed that there were these strong bottom wicks. And then if you go down to the 1-minute chart, okay, and you look left on where was the demand zone on the 1 minute, it's this one. So this last red candle, right, this here was your 1-minute demand zone. If you identify that this is the 1-minute demand zone, which it is, okay, then you can see that, look. So look here, so you can see that actually instead of the 5-minute demand zone, which we had here, okay, this 5-minute demand zone, which we had here, we were waiting for it to come down. It never did. But if we went on to the 1 minute to try and get an easier sniper entry, we identified that this was the last 1 minute or candle before the push to the upside. So this was my demand zone. Then you can see that, look, it was actually respecting it. Yes, it's going to go a little bit below. It might not touch it, right? But you can see that it was in this demand zone. And then this is where you could have entered. So anywhere at the bottom of this wedge, this was a perfect entry here, right? You can see that it pushed up from there. So just because I like using the 5 minute because it's a stronger indication of a demand zone, but you can see 1 minute also worked well in this case, right? All right. This is your right. There we go. So this is what you have on Getter. It's bullish at the moment. If you want to just push it even up here, you can, like that. You can also do that. How about Bets? Strong support. Bets was very strong yesterday. So Bets broke out of this bull flag that I had for today's chart. We can clean it up a bit here, but what do you guys think is going to happen in this, right? It's pretty simple. It's in a bullish uptrend. Every time it gets to this trend line, you expect it to bounce off this and push to the upside. Your next resistance level is $5. So just mark $5 on your chart. If it breaks that, then you should expect more continuation to the upside. Right, so at the moment, yes, it's bullish. It's even up 7%. It's up 32% from yesterday. So at the moment, it's bullish. You can see $5 is previous support. Became resistance. So that's why I'm saying wait for a break above $5. If there's no break above $5, there is no entry. That's what I'll be looking for personally. So here is your chart on Bets. So Bets, you can even do a 4-hour chart for this. So you can see here exactly what's going on, right? Previous support and now resistance. So if we go here to here, you can see what's going on. This is your whole resistance. So you need to wait for break above. Bets, wait for break above $5. Anything? How about Bets supports at 412, right? It just depends when you ask which support. It just really depends on what time frame you're using. Like, for instance, this is an area of support here. We have an area of support here. We have many areas of support, right? But if you're looking maybe, let's say on the 15 minute, which is pretty much what most people use. I would use this as like a demand zone. So you can use this demand zone as your support level. So this level here, whatever this is, 420 to like 395. That can be your demand zone, your support level zone, whatever you want to call it. So this is what you can have. What was yours? 412. Yeah, I mean, it's within this range. So yeah, you're pretty much with what I'm seeing. And then look, from the 15 minute, we can identify that's in an uptrend. So there you go. Do I expect it to break $5? Yes, because it's bullish and it's pretty much pushing to the upside. Thoughts on ESN? It usually never holds gains in the past, but kind of did this time. Which one? ENSE. ENSE. Yeah, I mean, it's at the moment it's just in a downtrend, but 21% yesterday, 10% today. Yeah, it's just continuation at the moment, but just mark the high of pre-market, which is this level here, 165. So 165, and just put this color here. So 165 is what you should be looking for next, because that's pre-market high. If it breaks a pre-market high, you expect continuation. If there's no break of pre-market high, right, obviously it's just going to be down. It's going to be below that, and that means it's going to be bearish, right? So if you expect, if it breaks above 165, then you have room all the way to 186 or 190, which was yesterday's high. So there, these are your levels at the moment, but a little choppy of a demand zone, but this is the demand zone that you have for now. So don't even need to put that trend line there because it's not really that, or we can just put it like this actually. There you go. So you can see that's a clean downtrend at the moment, right? So you could technically, if they get a candle close above this, you can try and take entries. That's a much higher risk entry than opposed to getting it if it breaks the pre-market high. And then if it breaks that, then you have 190. So you can keep this, and then we can even put this here. So maybe it's forming a bullish pennant on this. So Yeah. This is what we have on ENSC. So this is a bullish setup at the moment, but you need 165. ENSC bullish setup. No worries, Hardy. Oh, TKS, I even thanks. That's my bad. TKS, I don't have TKS, unfortunately. RVSN is here. So RVSN, let's go to a larger time frame and see what's going on. So we start with a clean chart. Let's look at the overall trend, right? Let's do the 1 hour. Right, so the last 4 hours, so 4, 8, 12, yeah. So yesterday, pretty much from yesterday, right? You can identify that it's in a downtrend. Now we can be like, okay, where is the support level on this 4 hour? This is the last support level. So 550, you can mark as your area of support. If it breaks below that, you expect it to keep coming down. However, we've identified that this is the area of support, okay? I know it's 552. I'm just going to keep it at 550. It's a psychological number. So have it at 550, and we can see that the last 4 hour, it actually held this level, didn't go below. So now it looks like it's trying to find this area of support and hopefully start pushing to the upside, right? Wait one sec, what's going on here? Well, that was a glitch on the chart anyway. So you can see here that we're holding this level, okay? Now for me to be entering this trade, I need it to break above the high. If there's no break above the high, I won't be entering it unless it gives me a setup intraday. But looking at on a larger time frame, this chart is, I mean, it's just at an area of support right now. Really, that's kind of what you have. There's nothing worth entering, and it's down 10%. So as long as it holds 515 to open, you should be okay. But it's down 9%. I know it ran to pretty much 200% yesterday as well. So keep that on watch. If you guys can do me a favor and like up the stream as well. I know we have, what, 20 people in here. If you guys could like up the stream and then subscribe if you haven't. Guys asked me about the demand zone. How do you do the demand zone? What is the demand zone? The new YouTube video I've just posted is there. You can watch it. That is where we explain what the demand zone is. So give that a watch for you to understand. 1 second, guys. I'll have a look at the charts now. All right, let's see what else is moving here. So we have, yeah, so this one needs to hold 550 at the moment. EVAX is somewhere here. So EVAX is bullish, okay? We can see that the trend has reversed. Why is that? It's because it was in a previous downtrend. We've broken above it. Now we have our next resistance level, which is here. And then you have here, right? So these are your next levels on EVAX. Your support level is right here. What is this? $8. You can just put $8 around there. CYTO. What else is? Let me check. What else is moving? Top gainers. Oh, CYTO, yeah, this is good. This is a good one. I'm added this to my watch list. I traded this previously as well. I know this is a former runner. So CYTO, we've broken a huge downtrend, obviously. See that it's rejected this level simply because of this high here. So that's 350. Break 350, then you can keep going to, what is this? There's the next resistance here, 410. So 410 is your next level on this. So now we can go to 1 minute. I mean, the news probably just come out right here. So this is your area of support right here, around here. 2.6. At the moment, you can identify that's in a downtrend for now. It might be a possible falling wedge. For me, I wouldn't count this as a falling wedge, but this is what you have for now, just downtrend. If it breaks a downtrend, you expect continuation to 350 and then 410 on CYTO. All right, there you go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Is purple moving? PRPL moving? Yeah, $1 is that big psychological level. Anything that breaks the $1 level, it usually does run pretty hard. So if it breaks 1, you have room to 120. So 20% move on that. Anyone in the silo, S-I-L-O, silo, how do you say it? So silo, add this one to your watch list as well. It's just moving. So all I simply do is mark the high, which is 215. Mark the high. If it breaks the high, you expect continuation. Trying to enter now is a gamble, but let's see where the next levels are after this. Oh, I have these levels already. So here's your next levels, 252. And 290. So 252 and 290, these are your next levels on silo. Here are your levels for this. I'll just post this as well. Someone just asked me about it. So silo, key levels. Save. $867. 867, then you have 892, 892, 946. What was the high yesterday? 934, sorry. Right, do you guys have any other charts or anything you want me to go over? If you have any questions, ask away. I'm here to help. Anything about trading, any questions in general you have or you don't understand, I will explain to you. That's why I'm here. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Whilst you do that, I'm going to go over my watch list and then I'm going to head into Discord. I've got to do some live trading again today. I know there's a couple of you or 3 of you that have joined the Discord, which is great. We are doing live trading today, so the Google Meets link will be sent in the Discord there under the premium floor, so you'll be able to watch that. And then also just go through the bio pages and the alert utilization section as well, just so you can understand before market opens as well. So for those few who joined, feel free to have a look. Silo, so yeah, this one's on my watch list. I mean, simply because it's running, I think it's what Alzheimer's news. I don't really care what news it is, but it just gives it the momentum, which is what we need. CYTO looks like it's trying to reverse. Actually, this looks good. Yeah, maybe lower risk entries here, but every time we get to this trend, it's been rejecting. What up, Leandro? Did you just join now, Leandro? I think you did, right? Welcome, bro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. SPRC looks good on the 1 minute. SPRC 1 minute. There you go on that. So look, simply just draw where's the last red candle before this big push. It's simply this one here, so we can just draw that. There is your 1 minute demand zone. 1 minute demand zone is just less confirmation than using on a large time frame, that's all. But this looks like the most bullish setup at the moment. Welcome, 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 bro. Have a look through the those pages that I sent to you, and then also there's also introduction video if you want to watch it. It's under on start. It's under welcome to premium. Go to click on welcome to premium, and then you'll see introduction video. You can watch that as well. I just go over basically how the Discord works as well. Just walk you through it. So SPRC is setting up here for a breakout. So this is bullish. This is probably the best setup at the moment, simply because it's pretty much holding these key levels. We're not in the demand zone yet, but it's okay. It still looks good. I like it. No worries, bro. Let me know if you have any questions. Right. Okay, so SPLC is a good setup as well. We have NXU. This one's kind of just choppy at the moment. I'm gonna just remove this and this. So I don't really like this demand zone either, but just have this at the moment. I'm just going to keep it, just mark the high so I can get 208, understand what's going on with this. All right, so that's what I have here. And then NVVE, this one's breaking below demand zone, so we'll just remove this one. Not really interested, it's down 6% as well, so delete that. RDHL is coming down. Let's see if it holds $1. ENSC is trying to break out of this. This looks like a very good setup. As I mentioned, risky entries are like now, so it's broken above this, and then safe entries are above pre-market high, which is 164 on this. EVAX, this one broke that downtrend. Okay, now we're above holding this $8. See if we can do it, but it looks like we're still coming down here for now. I'm just going to remove this downtrend, but this is what I have at the moment for EVAX. I'm just going to mark the high here, 965. Mark that in purple. And that's what we have. And then rum. Rum needs 670, 672 break above. It needs a candle close above. So 672. KURA, don't really care about this. It's too high of stock. RVSN. Yeah, this was the one I mentioned, right? It needs to hold 550. So just mark 550. PHUN. I will not be touching this or alerting this in the Discord. I don't care about it, even though there's not an offering for another 45 days or something, but whatever. On that, DWAC. VSME. VSME's got decision time coming up, but it is bullish at the moment, setting up for a breakout. GETR. Just kind of have this trend. It's not that clean. Here we go. This is what you have for Getter. Just put 0.4 as your resistance level. Breaks 0.4, then continuation on this. On here. Okay, right, that's it. Yeah, that's and bets as well. I need to put bets in my watch list. So bets is here. So bets is just bullish. $5 break will be huge for this. Expect continuation. I stopped using level 2 about 2 years ago or 3 years ago when I started trading, because I used to look at it a lot, especially as a day trader. And then I used to just try and base my trades off that. And obviously it doesn't work out very well if you're trying to just base your trades off that. So I just eliminated it all. I don't use it. Can be fake buys, bids, whatever. So I just avoid it. I simply just trade on a technical basis. But if I see a stock trying to break a key level like $8 or $9 or $8.50, like a psychological level, I'm just assuming that there's just a bidding war. And there, I usually just wait for the break, or I wait for a pullback, if anything. So that's all I do. I don't look into any of that stuff, to be honest with you. I'm really just focused on technical side, rather than just looking at the time of sales and level 2 and all that. It's just a lot more on the emotions. It affects my decision making and my trading, rather than if I was to look at the level 2 and do what my normal setup is. Most of the time I probably wouldn't enter the trade, because I look at level 2 and be like, oh, the level. So that's why I just avoid it at the moment. All right, so I'm going to head into Discord, guys. Here is the link if you want to join. I'm about to do some live trading. It'll start in 20 minutes. So if you want to join, feel free to join. It's here. The link's here. It's a Google Meets link. I'll catch you all in there. Welcome new members, and I'll see you in the Discord. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I see we finally hit 10,000 followers yesterday, which is fantastic. Another milestone achieved, which is good. Next stop, 100,000. Anyway, I hope you guys have